Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's time for another manga chapter review. Welcome once again to my channel. We're going to be reviewing this second chapter and last release chapter of New Normal. So you guys can check out the first chapter review that I released earlier this week. It's a pretty good manga, which is why I decided to continue watching it and reading it. So you guys can find it online. Before anything, guys, if you have not done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. There is a giveaway depending when this video releases. You only have 1 or 2 days left to be part of the giveaway, so make sure you get yourself into the giveaway. I will be announcing the winner on Monday evening. Also, you guys can subscribe because that's, the #1 requirement to be part of the giveaway. But also, we're trying to reach see how close we can get to 4,300. I'm pretty sure we're not even going to get super close to it, but let's just see how close we can get to it. Thank you guys so much for having me cross the 4,200 goal this month anyways, so thank you for that love and support. Guys, finally, if you want to see more manga reviews, there's quite a bit of them already in my channel. In fact, this week I released about 5 or 4 videos on just manga reviews, so go check those out. Some are new, some are just continuing my reviews on them, so just check those out. I know a lot of people have been asking for more and more manga reviews, so I'll try my best to release as much as possible for you guys. Okay, New Normal, again, is kind of like a post-quarantine, diseased world, right? This is right after, not right after, but years after of the pandemic, where kids are now in middle school and high school, and they've been raised with masks. They've been raised with all these new norms that it's just, it's different world now, right? And sadly enough, that might pretty much be true to today. Now, I hate to be that person, but I will make a very rude comment that I don't mean to be rude with it, but the manga itself, the premises is essentially they can't see their mouth and nose. And I noticed yesterday that the nose and mouth actually is a lot part of your face. I saw a girl who looked very pretty with a mask on, but when she took it off, was a completely person. Now, I'm not saying she wasn't pretty after the mask. What I am saying is that's not the phase I expected. So this manga takes that premises of kids don't really see each other's faces. Nose and mouth are basically taboo because you are living in a post-pandemic world, so you're trying to keep it, unrevealed as much as possible. There's comments like, you probably have only seen your mom's mouth, and stuff like that. Like, okay, that's a weird comment, but that's basically what the new norm is in this manga. That's why I kind of like it. It's kind of interesting and intriguing to see how the world might end up, but also how funny it could be. At the beginning of this chapter, we get a little flashback of our protagonist girl, and she essentially is with her parents, and she's watching videos of them back in the day when there was no mask. So she kind of tells them, like, how was life with that mask? Like, it looks so weird. And in the video, I think they're in a picnic, which kind of adds to what's going to happen at the end of this chapter. But essentially, they kind of tell her, and especially her mom, she's like, you need to stop watching videos like that. That's not the world we live in anymore. We live in a different world where you have to follow certain rules, right? Because certain stuff that she's seeing in those videos are now considered taboo. So we get back to the present time, and they're still in the rain talking to each other, and she's essentially telling him, okay, it's your turn, show me your face. And he's like, wait, there's a lot of people around here. So they open an umbrella and they cover themselves with the umbrella. And again, you would think they were doing something worse under there, but all he's doing is lifting up his mask and showing her his nose and his mouth. Now she's amazed by it. Yes, amazed by it that she falls to the floor and gets soaked. So she decides to run back home because she's embarrassed of how she reacted to seeing his face. So that awkward scene kind of ends, and we could go to the next day, essentially at school, and we get a little bit more of how the new world is. A little bit is we see the boys being boys, right? And they're like, "Hey, look at this picture that I did," and it's supposed to be a quote unquote naughty picture because. Again, nose and mouth are taboo, and they're like, "This is how I imagine her nose and mouth to look like," and they're like, "Oh wow, don't let no one see that," blah blah blah. So, boys are being boys, which I hate that phrase, but I mean that's basically what they're doing, right? So, essentially, we then see the boy get asked to go to the hallway with this girl, and they go into the hallway, and she basically tells him, "Hey, I want to do something special with you." And he's like, "Well, what is that?" She's like, "There's this thing called a picnic." Again, no one knows what a picnic is. That's weird, but it makes sense. Out in the open with fresh food, that is very taboo. So, but she tells him, "We can go to a secluded place, and we'll try this thing that they used to do back in the day called a picnic, and I'll provide the food and blah blah blah." So he's like, "Okay, well, I guess I'll trust you on this." And it sounds weird, but again, even how people make someone or who makes someone's food is going to be taboo because it's post pandemic. You don't want people touching your food and stuff like that. So they leave it at that, or actually they leave it at her showing him her face again, and then her running away. But the end of the chapter essentially is her waking up extra early, like at 4 in the morning, and she puts on gloves and she disinfects all herself, and she cleans every single vegetable and fruit really well, like very OCD, and makes this beautiful lunch. Little sandwiches that she can make and give to him in a bento box, essentially. Uh, she does this early enough in the day so that no one would see her. So she cleans herself off afterwards and sits herself in the breakfast table. And her mom says, "Hey, thank you so much for making breakfast for us." And that's how the chapter ends, with her going like, "Wait, what? That's not for us to eat in breakfast." But oh well. I think that she's gonna be able to save them, but maybe not. I like this series for many reasons, and I talked about it already. It's just cute. It's funny, but it also tries itself to take it serious. Like it's if you guys have ever seen comedies like The Office or Parks and Rec, it's very similar to that. Like they take a serious topic or somewhat of a serious topic, and through some dry humor, you enjoy reading it, and I really enjoy that. So I'm gonna raise this one to a 7.5. It's unique. I think it's great. If you haven't read it, go read it. Definitely a must. It's only 2 chapters too, and they're both short. So go check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, and share. I'll see you guys on the live videos, and guys, like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.